Welcome to another tech video. So today we're going to be looking at Macrium Reflect and a specific use case that we've got that enables us to save a huge amount of time. So we've got a PC over here. This is an HP Core i5 machine, 8th generation CPU. What we've got is we've built one from scratch, so fresh copy of Windows 10. We've loaded all of the HP drivers, all of the Windows updates, and it's a fresh, clean copy. And what we want to do is we've got 3 others exactly the same, and we want to load the operating system that's completed on here onto another system. In fact, onto the other 3 systems, and we're going to show you how you can do that today with some software from Macrium. If you're using it in a commercial environment, you will need to purchase a license. However, if you are a home user, then the software is available for free, and it allows you to create a system image, a bit like a backup of your environment. So you can set this to run as an incremental job, and it gives you the ability to have a full system backup of your PC that can be restored very easily. And we're going to show you how you can do a restore as well. First thing we want to do is we want to go and get the software. So we're going to go to Google and we're going to search for Macrium Reflect Free. Back up at home, and you want to use, if you're in a commercial environment, obviously you need to buy the software. So we are using it in a commercial environment, so we've purchased the workstation edition, but as a home user you can use the free edition to create images of your Windows OS. So we're going to select, just to show you, we're going to select the Reflect 8 free. So we're going to download, and we're going to select I need a personal license, and we're going to select continue, and then we're going to install the software. We're going to select, make sure it says free up there, run the installer directly after downloading, perfect, and then we're going to say download, and then we're going to install the software. Just follow the guide through. So as a home user, you would select home, and we're going to agree to the software, saying that yes, we are a home user. I'm going to untick this box, don't want to register it, and then install. I'm going to say launch now. I'm going to close our browser down. There we go. Right, so this is a demonstration for home users. This is not to be used in a commercial environment. You would need to buy the software like we have for our environment. So what I'm going to show you today is how you can use their free offering to clone your existing Windows computer onto something like a NAS drive, or in our instance, as you can see here, we've got a USB drive connected to the PC. So there are a couple of ways of doing it, and we're just going to show you today the way that you would do it using the software on your running Windows system. So we are going to select the option here, and that option is we're going to back up a local disk, and we're going to create an image of it. We're not going to clone it, we're going to create an image of it, and we're going to use that image later. So we're going to click on image this disk, and then we're going to select for the folder location. So it's going to be on our D drive, and we are going to create a new folder, and we're going to call it Macrium Backup. I'm going to say OK, and that's going to create a drive image of the operating system, and it's going to store it into this drive here. There's no other options that you need to set, so we're going to select next, and we are not creating a template for any of this, so we're just going to untick all of these options here, because this gives you the ability to create a backup job if you want to have it running nightly, for instance, to take a drive image of your system and it would update it just like a normal backup does. So we're going to select next, and then we're going to click on finish. We're going to untick this box because we don't want to save it, and we want to run this back up now. So what this is doing, this is taking a sector by sector clone or image. It's cloning your drive and putting it into an image that you can then use to restore onto another system, and we will show you what we're going to be doing with that a bit later on. In the meantime, we're just going to let this one run through. Depends on the speed of your system, of course, on how long it takes, but normally, by experience, this takes between 20 minutes and an hour, depending on what you're backing it up to and how you're backing it up. All I suggest is, if you find the software useful, do purchase a license for it. It is a fantastic piece of software. We use it for backing up our system here in the office, and that has a nightly backup. Basically, it takes a drive image and updates that, and then we use additional backup for data as well. Okay, so that was actually real time, and that was extremely fast. So let's have a look to see how long that took. 2 minutes 11 seconds to do the whole system. Now we're going to close this down, and we are going to just quickly show you the backup on the drive. It's on the external drive itself. That was under Macrium backup, and there's our backup image. So we're going to use that on and restore this onto another system now. So we're going to close this machine down. We're going to attach the USB drive into the other system, and then we're going to load the software again on the other system and then do a system restore. Okay, so here we are on our system that we're going to clone our data to. So just to make it clear, we've got an HP desktop that we've already created our drive image, and we've got exactly the same model of HP desktop that we're going to be restoring to. Now, obviously, with the running operating system, you're not going to be able to use the software to restore directly over that operating system, because obviously the OS is going to be running. But what you want to do is you want to come in to your Macrium software. You want to get yourself a USB stick, and you want to insert the USB stick into one of the USB ports in the machine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click on what's called rescue. So we're going to create a bootable rescue media. And the reason that we need to do this is we need to boot off that USB stick to load Macrium, and then we're going to load the image from the drive that we've created it on, and that will overwrite the operating system on the current disk. Obviously, you cannot overwrite a running operating system, so we're going to click on rescue. That's going to build a rescue media, so we're going to say it's going to create the software in a Windows 10 environment, and what we're going to do is we're going to create it on our E drive, and we're going to enable it to be multi-boot, so MBR and UEFI. So that means that it will take care of legacy system boot as well. Let's have a look at the advanced options. So we're going to be using 64-bit. And I think probably what we'll do is we're going to add BitLocker support and automatically unlock BitLocker volumes. Okay, we're going to enable legacy EFI screen resolution support. We're not going to enable anything else, and that's it. We're going to say we're going to actually move along to drive devices and drivers. That's fine. And click on OK. And then we're going to select build. And yes, it is only going to be used for non-commercial use, because we're only going to be using it at home, or you will be. We have a We have a license to be able to do this because we've actually bought the software in a work environment, so we use a business-based version of this that we've paid for. So we're going to say OK to that. That's going to create our bootable USB drive. Takes a little while. And there we have our rescue media created. So we click on OK, click on close down the software now. What we're going to do is we're going to shut down the machine. Okay, so with the bootable drive in place, you want to power up the machine, and then we're going to boot from our drive. So we're going to go into boot device options. We're going to go into the USB stick that we just created. Now while that's booting, you can now add your external USB drive that you've got your drive image on. Okay, so here we've got our system, so Macrium this is. So as you can see here, we are going to look at existing backups. So we're going to browse for an image file. We're going to go to our, this is our drive here, local drive F. We're going to go into there. We're going to go into Macrium backup. And here is our image that we created earlier. So we're going to double click that to select it. And we're now going to go in and we're going to use the restore option. So we're going to click on restore and we're going to select our drive to restore to. And this is our drive that we're interested in here. This is our external USB drive and this is our bootable drive. So we want to overwrite this drive. And what we do is we delete all of the partitions first. Now you do want to double check and make sure that the drive that you are about to overwrite is the correct one. So we're going to delete the partitions on that. So we've got our drive image up here and we've got our drive in the system that we're going to restore it to. And we're going to click on next and then we're going to click on finish and it's going to confirm if we want to overwrite, or it should do. There we go. So we're going to say yes, all target volume data will be overwritten, confirm to proceed. We're going to continue. And that will then go through and restore everything that's on our image onto the drive that's in the system. So that's the restore completed. So now what we can do is simply click on OK, close, and then we're going to shut down the system. And now we're going to remove the USB drive, the bootable USB drive, and we're going to remove the external USB disk, which is now done. And then we're going to power up the system. And we're going to log in. And there we have a fully restored system, as you can see here. It's the Macrium Reflect that we originally put in. Now, so once you've cloned your system, there are a couple of things that you need to do. So the first one is you need to change the system host name, because if it's going to be on the same network, your computer is going to have the same name. So we want to go in and we want to have a look at that, and we want to rename this PC. So to do that, you go into settings and about, and then click on rename this PC, and it gives you the current name here. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it desktop, and we're going to call it something completely different in roughly the same format. So like that. just make something up, but obviously make a note of it because you don't want to inadvertently create a name that's already in use. We're going to click on next, and then it's going to want to restart the PC more than likely. Yep, there we go. So we're going to restart the PC again. And there we go. That's us booted back up into Windows. So we're going to log in. And there we are with our new computer name. So if you found that video useful, give it a double thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I just wanted to point out that if you are a commercial user, you must buy this software like we've done. If you are a home user, it's readily available to use, and we've run through all of the options for you there. So yeah, just want to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.